Hi, I'm Trisha Smith. On behalf of the Smocking Art Guild of America, I would like to show you how to make a crochet belt loop. It's a question I get asked from my students quite often. The first thing you will need to do is to tie a knot in the end of your thread. Now, this knot, you do not want it to be you don't want to be able to see it on the wrong side of your fabric. So hide that knot as best you can. Say if you were doing it on the sash here, you would want to hide the knot on the inside of the garment. So to make this where you can see the easiest, I'm just using the fabric here to show you. So come in from the wrong side of the fabric. The next thing I like to do is to take a tiny stitch into the seam allowance so that I'm going through multiple layers of fabric, because there will be some stress on this at the beginning. So I took a tiny little stitch. Now I'm going to take the second little tiny stitch, but making sure, and I guess you've noticed I'm using black thread. That's just so you can see it well. At this point, I'm going to use 2 pins, and I'm going to pin it to the actual dress to hold it to where I have more control. So sometimes I pin this to my pant leg. Okay, so now I have the second stitch here. I'm going to put the thread around my fingers, creating a loop. My thumb and my finger are holding the thread, and this finger is going to be the worker, okay? And so you take this middle finger and you grab the thread and you pull down, okay? Do you see why I pin it to my pants? Because it wants to pull up on you. But this finger is your worker finger, and so you pull all the way down. It's very important that you not have a gap, or it won't be strong in that spot. If you want to, I'm just going to sort of do this a little bit quicker so that we can get a long enough length that I can show you the next part. But do you see how easy? I'll slow down. This finger here is grabbing the thread and pulling it through the loop. You can also use this technique to do little button loops, like on the back of a smock bishop. You just need to make sure that you make the loop large enough to go around whatever size the button is, because the button has to go through the opening. Okay, let's see. You see this finger's grabbing it, and it's really important to start with a long piece of thread, and this was 2 plies of thread, because you need for it to be really strong. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, and I think you get, whoops, I'll let go there. I'm going to go ahead and do one more and then stop, even though it's short. Now, when you have this, and it looks like it's a crochet stitch, when you have this part done, what you do next is take the needle and send it through the loop, okay? And when you do that and you pull, it locks it. That's not going to pull out. And so now I have this nice crocheted loop. So when you are ready to finish it, you don't want this really tight on the dress. It needs a little bit of slack for the sash to go through. So determine how much slack you want, and then go straight down into the fabric. Unpin here so I can have a little bit more movement. Straight into the fabric and pull it down. And do you see? Here's your loop. Now at this point you want to go to the inside of the garment, and just like we started with two anchoring stitches, I'm going to take a little stitch to secure it, and then one more. And then this is the way I finish with a knot. I hold this loop, I do one pull through, and then I go through the loop just like I did when I was finished, and pull that down, and that's a good figure 8 knot. And then you just cut your thread tail, and you have a good, strong, sturdy crochet belt loop to hold your sash in place. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you find this very helpful and your sashes are going to look great from now on.